Welcome to Local SEO Today. I'm Roger Murphy.
And I'm John Vong.
Today we want to talk to budding entrepreneurs and business owners or potential business owners that are thinking about franchising. And franchising is a huge part of the economic fabric of really North America. So let's talk, John, about franchising. Talk about some of what's the concepts behind it, why maybe someone might even consider getting into it versus running their own business.
Yeah, so I personally didn't start a franchise or work under a franchise. So what to consider? I mean, there's tons of franchise shows that go on in every little city in once a year, a couple times a year.
Yes.
So to get a good feel, my suggestion is really go to these franchise shows and talk to some of the franchisees, right?
Yeah.
And see if it's really fit for your business, right?
The big picture, though, is before you even get into it, is you're not really buying a business, you're buying a system.
Yes.
You're buying a proven system. At least they're declaring that we've got a proven successful system that'll give you cash flow. So from that standpoint, that's where you speak, John. You've got to go to these shows, look at them all, and assess them as to the validity of what they're stating.
And there's so many different franchisees that you can actually get into, right? Mm-hmm. Restaurants, a lot of professional services. So really consider what the pros and cons to it all are, right? Like, what is it that you're looking for? Like, what's your reason of getting into a franchise? Is it freedom? Is it a process and system, making sure that it actually fits with what you're looking at doing? Do you have a lot of money that you want to invest into the system because you don't want to start your own, because that's many years of time commitment to build your own? Exactly. There's a lot of things to consider and really figure out if it's a right system for you, right?
When you're looking at getting into business and you're maybe thinking, I don't want to work for someone else, I want to work for myself and my family and my future. And you can Google this and do the research, you'll see the failure rate of a business, of someone just opening their own business and operating it. Just check the restaurant industry. What is the failure rate of just opening your own restaurant? It's really, really high after, I think it's 2 years or 5 years. So know that, okay, well, if I go franchise and go with a successful franchise, I'm buying into this system. So that's the key.
Exactly. But be aware of what it takes to get a franchise started, right? There's a lot of upfront costs, startup costs. Yes, they're going to help you with getting a great location, do a lot of market research, see if it's a good fit for what you're after. But there's a huge lump sum that you have to fork up at the beginning, right? And you have to put in the same amount of time and effort as if you were to start your own business, right?
And you have to declare, I'm going to follow their system. You can't start, you know what, I think this is a better idea, I want to sell this product. You don't do it. You can't bring other things in. You have to follow, good or bad, follow their rules and regulations.
So it's all in the book.
Yes.
Right? So there's a lot of restrictions. You also have to consider the royalties that you're going to be paying because that's top line revenue or bottom line revenue that's going directly to the franchisee, right? So you have to remember ownership also. If you're starting your own business, who owns a business? Probably yourself. But if you are a franchisor, you're going to be looking at who's really owning it, right? It's probably not you. You're probably just renting that branding.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, if you do your due diligence and speak to other franchisees and get a real sense of, okay, here's what I'm being told at the franchise show. I like this industry. Maybe it's, as you say, John, it's outdoor services. It could be landscape, could be lawn care, it could be restaurant, donuts. There's so many different ones. But you find the type of work you think, I think I like this idea, then do your due diligence and you interview, call them up and go see other franchisees to see, is it as great as they say it is? Because really you're buying yourself a job.
Yes.
That's what it is. You're investing and buying yourself a job and cash flow. You're going to throw X number of thousands of dollars, and John?
Hundreds of thousands.
It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars for the big proven systems. There's some that are, hey, you're only in for 20,000 and you get full training. There's a whole different range. But no going in, got to do your homework and make sure it's a good fit and that what the franchisor is saying is really going to happen.
It's following the system of hiring, processes, equipment. There's so many things to really consider. But you're also maybe getting some co-op dollars, and there's brand recognition, right?
Sure.
So that may also help, but a lot of it all depends on the success will depend on yourself, right? So the business owner, how motivated are you to really grow that business, right? To get out there and do what is needed to be an entrepreneur.
Exactly. Some of these franchises, you can't just go in and invest in it and then hire people to run it for you. The franchisor in the master plan, it'll say you've got to work the floor yourself. You got to do it yourself. But it is true, over time, with a successful location, you could scale.
Exactly.
And you might get multiple locations. It might be retail locations. It could be multiple service locations for whatever industry that you've chosen to go into.
And make sure you read all the contracts and the fine line, because you have to know what's the term on it, right? Like, it could be limited. It could be just renting, that brand for X amount of years, right? So really read the fine print, figure out if it's a good fit for you. See if this makes sense, right? For your lifestyle as well, because it's really, you're buying a business.
And you're buying a promise, you're buying a dream, but know going in, invest in a good real estate lawyer, a good franchise lawyer. Do your due diligence and hire the best people to read over these documents. They're going to tell you, and it won't be a surprise, you'll hear it here first, these documents are all, they all lean towards benefiting the franchisor, not the franchisee. You're buying into their system, follow our rules, you'll make a good living. So, but get a good franchise lawyer that will read the documents so that you go in with your eyes wide open.
And do as much due diligence as possible. Talk to as many franchisees out there, very similar situation as you, in similar markets, market size, location, etc. And figure out if it's a good fit for you, right? So there's pros and cons to it. You decide as an entrepreneur if franchising makes sense for you at this time of your
time in life.
Exactly.
So I hope we covered a few topics that are thoughtful, at least thought-provoking for you. If you're thinking about franchising, again, do your homework, get good legal advice, and ask questions. Always, trust but verify everything you're being told.
Exactly. Well, thanks a lot, Roger.
Thank you, John, and have a good day. See you again at Local SEO Today.